Hello Internet! With the recent livestream, we are greeted with the introduction of the coming characters in Firefly and Jade. There's even the biggest rerun of all, Ruanmei, man. So in today's video, I'll be breaking down all of them and help you decide who to go for. Disclaimer though, there will be no leaks in this video. I kinda can't do that. First on the list, we have Firefly. Power Ranger girl here is a 5-star fire destruction character. And to summarize her role, she is one of the strongest break DPS in Honkai Star Rail. We'll take a look at her kit first. Her skill consumes a massive amount of HP in exchange for a massive amount of energy. Unlike most other destruction characters' skill, this is a single target attack. And from the livestream, we could tell that the energy regenerated is half or even more than that, so it's a lot of energy. Firefly's talent here grants her decreased damage suffered. The lower her HP, the more damage reduction is granted. They did not show the rest of what her talent can do in the stream though, which my question is still, why do we not do that? Well, I guess that means we gotta wait for the creator experience server, which I'll be covering soon, so stay tuned. What I can say though, her talent does more than that. Firefly's ultimate here allows her to change into a unique form named the complete combustion state, which not only makes her naked, Sam also becomes all holy now with swords and wings and stuff. In this state, she gains increased speed, plus it enhances her basic and skill. The enhanced basic and skill will both have increased weakness break efficiency and break damage increase. This very obviously points Firefly towards a break DPS role. In this state as well, Firefly will heal with every attack she does. The interesting part, however, is that her enhanced skill is now a 3-target attack, and it applies a fire weakness to the main target. On top of that, the enemies adjacent to it will still have their toughness be reduced even without the fire weakness, but obviously at a lower rate. In the livestream, all of her attacks are shown to not regenerate energy under this ultimate state, and a unique fire-looking icon appears in the action bar. This is similar to Robin. Firefly's out state will end if this icon takes action, but different from Robin, however, Firefly can take multiple turns independently as long as the icon doesn't take action, meaning to say using someone like Bronya or Sparkle, or perhaps just speed tuning Firefly will allow her to take more turns during the ultimate, which will be very crucial for damage. With that said, Firefly's playstyle is already very direct. Get enough energy through her allies at normal skill in order to enter her burst damage window via her ultimate. This is where you get to do the most damage even ignoring weaknesses limitations, which is similar to Boot Hill or Shui, a trademark of a strong break DPS. A discussion worth noting is regarding her energy issues though. Since she's shown to not gain any in her ultimate, you want to consider potential allies to be Huohuo, Tingyun, or even Gallagher with Quid Pro Quo for the fire break synergy. Here are a list of pros and cons for Firefly. She looks to be just like most break DPS, immensely strong if you can break enemies, but that also means her Achilles heel is enemies that can go into a no weakness phase, something like a Bronya. To answer if you should pull her though, well, the truth is that there are no DPS characters that you absolutely need, right? The usual thought process would be seeing if you have the sustains, then consider the supports, and only then you think about damage dealers. Since she applies weaknesses herself, she will have a win condition unless the enemy straight out is immune to weakness. So don't worry, she's a good choice for a DPS if you do decide to pull her. But regardless, man, to say you want to skip the best girl in the whole game is just felony. I think a lot of you skipped Boot Hill for this, so yeah, this is her now. Better get to summoning. I know you thought that's the only tough choice. No. We are greeted with the next matter, Jade. And oh my god, if Firefly's your wife, this is your mommy. Jade is a 5-star quantum erudition character. To summarize, she's an AoE support DPS. This is actually a pretty unique role, which can already be seen on her basic attack. Jade's basic attack is a 3-target hit, already making her the first character to have an AoE on her basic that's not enhanced or anything. Her skill, however, is a single target buffing skill, granting the ally speed buff, and at the end of the ally's attack, Jade will deal 1 extra hit of quantum damage. However, when this happens, the buffed ally will lose HP, though the amount that you lose is quite minuscule. This is where her role as a support comes in, right? She has a whole skill that's dedicated to buffing an ally. On top of that, this opens up the thought of pairing her with Blade, since, you know, she decreases HP of an ally. But unfortunately, it's not too realistic since a Blade team can gain more benefits just running a good old Bronya, Sparkle, or Ruanmei setup. Moving on though, we have Jade's talent, which features an 8-stack icon here. She gains 1 stack for every target attacked by an ally that is buffed by Jade. Upon maxing it, she activates a follow-up attack, which attacks all enemies. Although she has this follow-up attack, Jade will not be ideal with her fellow IPC's follow-up attack team though. This is because she isn't as good as a support for Dr. Ratio to say replace Topaz. Conversely, however, she's a better support compared to Topaz for AoE DPS like Herda or Himika. Reason being, if your allies can do more AoEs, that just means more stacks for Jade. You want that to happen. Jade's ultimate here is a simple AoE attack, which also enhances her follow-up attack. It doesn't really change what her follow-up attack does though, it just does more damage. And with that, the simple conclusion conclusion is that Jade is clearly designed to do well in pure fiction, with an array of AoE attacks while wanting her buffed allies to do AoE attacks alongside her. She also isn't quite the main DPS like Argenti, but more like a pure fiction version of Topaz for a team of AoE characters to shine. And here are a list of pros and cons. To answer if you should pull her though, Jade will be a character that dominates pure fiction but do okay-ish in any other content. So it's a character that does her job but is not a character that's insanely broken everywhere. However though, since most of you skip Boot Hill, this mummy is probably on your wishlist anyway. For meta players though, you do not need a Jade to beat the game. Pull her if you love her. I think that will be the best way to see it. And the final bout between your stellar Jades will be from the rerun batters. We have Ruanmei and Argenti. The real trouble here is Ruanmei, since Argenti is again a DPS, which is of a lower priority anyway. Ruanmei though is a support and is one of the only 2 top tier AoE buffers. Not to mention she is a dedicated break support as well, which directly helps Firefly. I will be giving you a realistic opinion here. Pull Ruanmei. This isn't just me preaching blindly though. Since most of you saved through Boot Hill, you should have more than enough to consider getting Ruanmei and Firefly if you don't have at least Ruanmei already. However, the true heartache is if you consider the choice between Ruanmei or Firefly. And yeah, that is an impossible question to answer, man. Ruanmei is although incredibly strong, but Firefly can still be usable without her. But the truly perfect scenario is still just having both together, man. They just pair too well together. It is absolutely demonic to put both of these batters in the same version in my opinion. Gosh dang. In terms of pure meta talk though, I'd still actually prioritize Ruanmei. If you want to clear any content without an issue, Ruanmei is just the perfect bundle for any DPS under the sun. Firefly, however, can be a great DPS, but even if I don't own the strongest DPS right now in, say, Acheron, I can still clear everything anyway as long as I have the needed support. So in games like these, the hierarchy is always support first, because a good support will allow any DPS to be good, while a DPS might not be that good without good supports. However though, I don't have the heart to tell you to skip your wife, so you know what, just get both of Robber back. That's the play. And remember, in the end, the best advice is pull for whoever you love to play with. The game is not hard enough that you have to adhere to meta only, right? And as for Jade, unfortunately, as the name implies, you won't have enough Jades to get everyone. But in terms of meta talk, if you can already clear pure fiction, there's really not a need for Jade. Aesthetically speaking though, damn, I know I'm pulling it even if I gotta sell someone's kidneys. And say if someone pull all of them and you think about Argenti, well, similar to Jade, if you can already clear pure fiction, you don't need an Argenti. And that will be all for my analysis on who you should pull. It is honestly an impossible task to give you the perfect answer because they are the most hyped characters ever, right? That also looks so sick. If I were you, I'd care less about what they do and just pull them out of love, man. But hopefully I still helped you out. And that'll be all for today. We'll have coverage on both of them on the CE server soon, so stay tuned and take care.